Good morning, good afternoon, good evening around the world. My name is Doug Brunke. I'm the founder and CEO of Global Chamber. You've reached the Global Chamber India monthly cross metro call. And so, as people are joining, we welcome you. If you're watching this in the recording, thank you for participating in Global Chamber, however that ends up being. Our goal is to connect people around the world to new opportunities. The world is an amazing place. It's also very challenging, cross culture and geopolitics and all sorts of reasons why we shouldn't do global are actually overcome by all the reasons that we should be becoming more and more global. And certainly part of that is trade. When we trade, we connect, we negotiate, we mediate, we talk, and talking is good. Another good thing about what we're doing, our members are doing, is business creates prosperity in different parts of the world. And certainly India and its rise is phenomenal. I think over the next 10, 20 years, the time frame that I'd like to continue to be part of Global Chamber, India and Africa are the two most dynamic, amazing places to be participate in. And so, the reason why we've started early in India. I love the country itself, but also recognize its potential and opportunity and current opportunities. And so, thank you all for seeing that as well. RT, would you like to make some opening comments? RT Nimkar is our executive director for Goa. She spends time in both Goa and Mumbai predominantly, and certainly I know you were going to kick us off with some comments about some of your observations about what's going on now on the ground. We have several speakers who will be speaking, and so what I would suggest is that we each have our piece and that we have Q&A all the way through. If you have some questions, either raise your hand or use the chat area. Please do use the chat area to share your information so that people are aware of you. If you've got a company, please put that, ideally, your first name and last name and your company. If you're a member of Global Chamber, we have an asterisk next to your name. And if we failed to do that for you, please go ahead and do that as well. RT, would you like to make some comments, please?
Yes, thank you, Doug. So, a big hello from India, Global Chamber Goa. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everybody, and a warm welcome for this meet. So, it's a pleasure to be here representing Global Chamber Goa to share this platform with so many distinguished members and leaders. I saw Mr. Kalantri's name also, so I would like to acknowledge Mr. Vijay Kalantri. He happens to be a highly respected and senior voice from Mumbai's business fraternity. His contribution to industry and trade has truly been inspiring. I would also like to take a moment to acknowledge and welcome Mr. Kishore and Shah. I'm glad to have been able to facilitate this meaningful connection with Global Chamber and with our founder, Mr. Doug. It's always fulfilling when the right people come together and create larger global opportunities. So today I would just like to share a few points and topics about what is happening here in India at the ground level uh, in terms of global trade, I would say. So what we are seeing and experiencing out here is the strong momentum across the automotive and EV ecosystem, manufacturing, I would say, digital technology and supply chain diversification. So India is increasingly becoming a preferred partner for production, innovation, and long-term investments. At the same time, India has been expanding trade relationship with regions like Middle East, Europe, and Asia Pacific. So are opening new doors for cross-border collaboration, especially in technology, sustainability, and advanced manufacturing. So and also I would like to share from Goa perspective, I believe we are sitting on a very unique opportunities. Goa is just not a tourism destination anymore. It has the potential to evolve into a high value trade and business hub within strengths in pharma, auto components, food processing, wellness, and knowledge driven events. Goa is positioning itself as a gateway for niche, high quality global engagements. So, more importantly, Goa offers something very few places can, the ability to combine business with lifestyle, making it ideal for global leadership, retreats, innovation summits, and cross border collaborations. As a global chamber, our role becomes even more important to connect ecosystems, enable partnerships, and create real business outcomes across metros and cross borders. So, from the Goa Global Chamber chapter, I would say we have initiated a very unique tie-up with Global World Trade Center and Nagu Udyog Bharati, and in February we launched Export Facilitation Center. This year, Global Chamber Goa chapter is collaborating with Vibrant Goa, which is one of the prominent events, happens every year. So Global Chamber Goa is the official associate in the event. So as this is how we are spearing ahead, we have a tie-up with Goa Livelihood Forum. So from my side, I'm initiating these collaborations to increase our connections. We can do some connect ecosystems, enable partnerships, and business outcome across metros and across borders. So I truly believe that platform like this are not just connection, but we are catalyst in creating this cross-border connection. So thank you so much. I look forward to meaningful connects over here too and listening to everyone. Thank you so much, Jack.
Thank you, RT, and thanks for all that you do. You've done some amazing things here in the last few months, including some of the collaborations on the automotive side and the industrial side and the regional side. I wonder if we could kind of take a step back a little bit and talk a little to a couple people who are doing business in the region that we know that the connection between the Gulf states and India is such an important trade route and also through technology an important business increase that's happening right now. And Lawrence Coward of Auxilium is part of that. Lawrence, thank you for joining us today. I know you had a few comments about the work that you're doing in India, both from a sourcing perspective and some clients. Would you like to share a little bit from the Gulf? Are you in Dubai today, or where are you today?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, Doug. Good morning to many of you. Good afternoon. It's almost evening for me. Based in Dubai, so Auxilium are headquartered here, and we help businesses basically hire people in this region through EOR and outsourcing. But many of which I just did a quick search on Google just then to the number of uh, Indians in the UAE is staggering, 35% of the total population. So we are seeing a lot of employees coming from that region, but also we are supporting a lot of companies from that region in getting set up in this region, in the GCC specifically.
The how has that been affected by the war that's going on? How is that impacting your business, and how are you feeling it from a macro standpoint?
Yeah, I think there's a number of different sectors. I think what we've seen is a lot of the inquiries of companies from outside coming in has slowed down, but perhaps a lot of the inquiries from businesses that are already here have increased. Companies are looking at hiring contractors rather than permanent employees, whereas companies who are coming into region are a bit more hesitant to see what's going to happen with the conflict. So it's been a bit of a mix. Some sectors that don't appear to be that affected include construction. I think they're seeing costs in terms of materials increasing, but projects are still all going ahead. There's been no slowdown there.
What would you like to share? What should we know about Auxilium and the work that you're doing in India?
No, I think as a business, we've been very much focused on supporting companies entering the GCC region, and because we're working a lot with Indian companies, with companies that are expanding outside of the GCC as well. India is a regular country that we get requests for from our clients. So we have been supporting, and we've started supporting businesses expanding out of the GCC region, and India is one of those countries. So it's something that we can support with, whether it be an Indian national or an expat into India. as well as the other way around from India into the GCC region and elsewhere.
What is it, the work that you're doing? Could you be a little more specific?
Yeah, no problem. So what we do, I've got a one pager I could share just to show, I guess, the general services that we provide, if that's useful.
Absolutely. Please go ahead.
Let me know when you can see my screen.
We do. We see it.
Fantastic. Yeah, so I've touched on a lot of this, but we're effectively a GCC focused employment business expansion consultancy. We help companies who don't have a presence in the GCC hire employees and be their kind of, let's say, their facilitator, their vehicle to mobilize people onto our visa, payroll them, and manage all of the administration behind around employing people in this region in the GCC. And then if that company has an entity in the GCC, and then we support them with employing staff under our license when they have their own quota limitations. So a lot of people have heard of Saudization, Emiratization, etc. Quota limitations. This is a service which effectively allows businesses to grow and expand, irrespective of those kind of limitations that are being put upon them by the government. We also have a number of different areas of the business. So Workforce Plus was started in September last year, where we facilitate the employment of typically blue collar construction, manufacturing, oil and gas employees in bulk. And we support from a full recruitment, ethical sourcing of employees from various regions, bringing into this region to support with the growth of the GCC. So other sectors, other services that we do is help businesses set up entities in the UAE and Saudi Arabia specifically, doing full end-to-end consultancy, whether they want to set up a free zone license or a mainland license, whether they want to set up a CR in Saudi, we can be fully involved and consultative in that, from initial to end of, and actually having boots on the ground under that license. We then have your post incorporation, so offering effectively HR and PRO services, advisory, etc. for companies who. So this service line particularly was of interest to our existing EOR or outsourcing customers who then wanted to bring employees over to their own license. They said, well, why not use Auxilium as that company who continue to support us from a HR perspective. So we also provide that service as well as residency services. So golden visas, premium visas, etc. Across the UAE and Saudi Arabia, family sponsorship and these types of things. So I think as I said, more recently the interest or the push for India has very much come out of us providing these services in this region, supporting a lot of Indian entities, but also supporting a lot of international entities who want to go to India. They want to hire staff there. They want to engage with contractors, employees, etc. And we can facilitate that for them, removing the headache behind employment. Okay. Any questions at all, Doug, or anyone else?
Does anybody have any questions? Either unmute yourself or raise your hand. Either one is fine. I noticed that there's a couple folks that are doing business in the region, as is very logical. Lots going on in the UAE and Saudi Arabia. One quick question on your activities in the GCC countries. Where do you feel most comfortable? And you're in Dubai, but so UAE is close to home. How many of the countries are you active in?
Yeah, so we've got about 2,000 employees currently outsourced. And I guess 40% of that is UAE. We're based in the UAE. About 30% are in Saudi, and then the rest is split between the other four countries.
Got it.
So it's yeah,
Got it.
typically I think the UAE and that's quite UAE and Saudi are approximately 70-80% of the GDP of the region. So that tends to be where we see most of the need.
One person, if you don't know yet, Andre Misura, with Global Chamber Pune, has spent time in Dubai, quite a bit of time. He's also, for Nick Olson's, going to be probably a really good contact as well because of his investment side of what he's doing. Andre, did you have any questions or thoughts? Have you already worked with Lawrence's firm?
Hi, Lawrence. So I'm mostly actually in Dubai, but this year I'm much more, we can say, traveling. Last 2 years I spent mostly in Dubai, and also I'm basically coming to Pune and Moscow. I'm also active in Oman sometimes, but I think that's natural in the region. Sometimes you have the nearby country, which is basically covering your work. So we also do foreign expansion. We also do advisory on sanctions compliance. We also take the rights for some interesting technologies. Like, for instance, one of the technologies I wanted to introduce during today's call, and rights for like deals which are basically, we can say, related to our activities or to our clients. So sometimes we do not take it like under umbrella of one company, we take it under different SPVs. So one of the deals I wanted to introduce today. So I plan to be back, I think, by the end of May. So already. So because I was planning to be much earlier, but right now Indian delegations is coming here. I'm not going to India. So, like, I hope to see you over there, and I hope that we can exchange and understand what we can do together. And so far, if like the guys allow me, so I can introduce what's happening over there, and we can also have a guest from Pune today who will speak about precise engineering and defense outsourcing. So I do not know whether Javid joined or not. If not, I will have a very brief note on what we are focusing on today right now. So, Doug, do I have the right for screen sharing? Right, I have the rights. I can do that. Yeah. Um,
We've even given those rights to you, Andre. Absolutely. Please go ahead.
Good. Thank you. So, like presently, yeah. There are two focus projects for us, so that we are very keen to promote. First one is the extragen, which is the formula of mercury-free extraction. So we are moving into mining side. We in talks with three governments. We in talks with government of Ghana. We in talks with government of India through one of the big group. It's actually Larsen and Turbo. Maybe you heard of it. So, and we are also in touch with government of Mexico. I can see people from Latin America and from Mexico precisely. I think Arturo is there. I think some other guys are there also. It will be great to exchange because we're moving through the state of Durango. So if you have any other capacities in the region, that's very much of interest for us. I'm interested in that. So we can see that this technology is resolving the supply imbalance because a lot of mining sites are just not investable. So, due to that fact, they are not well developed and they cannot make a proper investment project. And that is why the demand is kind of disrupted. So, the demand supply is not balanced. So, demand is much higher than the supply. Regardless of the current pricing, this is like distorting the market very much. And the government is fighting this, we can say, small mining tradition of doing pretty, we can say, improper practices in a very organized way. Some of the governments are more active, some of the governments are less active. So internationally, this process is structured as Minamata Convention. So, and we can say 153 countries signed Minamata Convention. Not all of them are active, and sometimes vice versa. For instance, Mexico did not sign it, but they're active in like making the green mining industry more thriving, like in different ways. For instance, they do the water quotas. They try to
We got to keep
rebalance the industry.
We got
So
to keep moving, Andre. Yeah.
yeah,
Hey,
let me be very brief. If you have miners, if you have investors, and if you have gold facilitation councils,
okay.
so I'm very open for collaboration, and we can speak about that. And second invest project is also in the gold industry. So if you guys into that, we can exchange and we can speak like in the background. Thank you, Doug. Thank you.
That that sounds great. Thank you. Lawrence, is there anything else that you would like to share before we move on to the next speaker?
No, it's a pleasure to be part of the Global Chamber, and if there's any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and I can support with this region and hiring across expanding your business.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Um, let's now go to if Nick Olson, are you available to speak? Nick with Cornerstone
Yeah.
International. Oh yeah, great.
Yeah.
You have some activity. Well, you have activity around the world, and I understand you've got increasing interest and possibly activity as well in India.
Mhm.
Congratulations on all of the work that you do in the M&A space. Could you let us know a little bit more about Cornerstone and what you're looking at doing in India?
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate Doug the invite today and the opportunity to talk in front of the group here. Um, Essentially, we are a network of premier lower middle market M&A firms, corporate finance firms, and we have 35 firms across the world on 5 different continents. Um, And India is, as you all know, a very big market, growing market, and a lot of activity happening there. One thing that we do is we want to be able to provide a partner for M&A in all the major, markets across the world, and India is one that we want to grow and enhance. It's if anyone knows of someone who is in corporate finance or M&A, investment banking, that would be a great connection for me. But essentially what we do, and I can share my screen here as well, just to give you a little bit of more context on what we do. So essentially what our firms are doing is, we help the business owner sell their companies, essentially privately held, family owned, founder owned, probably have never gone through a transaction yet in their business's history, and it's a very, you know, um, daunting task to go about it on your own. And a lot of business owners will get the what we call an unsolicited offer to buy their company. They're maybe not thinking about selling, they kind of get caught off guard, and someone tells them they're going to give them, a big chunk of money for their company, and they're like, "Wow, I have not really thought about selling, but this is interesting because I can get that amount of money. Great." Buyer gets the seller in a one-on-one negotiation, and who has all the leverage there? It's the buyer. That's what they do for a profession. They buy companies. So bringing in an M&A advisor or an investment banker will help level that playing field and kind of tip the scale more on the side of the business owner. So we help them with this, which is most likely their biggest financial transaction of their lives. And our network has, as you can see on the screen, 34 firms. Last year alone, we did $2.5 billion in enterprise value, which equated to 382 deals just in 2025. And we're hoping 2026 is even better. What we bring to the table for our clients is, like you see in the bullet points here, just an extensive industry expertise and knowledge. All we have the abundance mindset of we're all stronger together, much like the global chamber, than we are individually. And if we can leverage this network to help our clients get the best deal possible, that's what we're all about. We're bringing hopefully a global buyer reach to every deal, so kind of that no stone left unturned mentality. We got that local presence and expertise, or local expertise, but an international presence. And we share data intelligence. We have access to all the leading tools and resources out there to do the best research we can. Like I said, to understand the market, what the multiples are, what buyers are in play, and things like that. And so And then here's kind of a brief, just kind of map of where we're at. And, the green are where we have firms currently, and we're looking to grow, like I said, in the Indian market for sure. And you can see, all of our gaps right now. But, we were founded 8 years ago in the United States, have about now, it's a little about day, we have 5 firms in Europe, and looking to grow in Latin America as well. But, we always say, that we want to be the trusted advisor to the trusted advisor of the business owner. So getting connections with, attorneys, accounting firms, financial advisors, wealth managers, business coaches, things like that are great for us because we can help include those individuals, have the conversation early enough with the business owner to start thinking about that sale because it's going to happen eventually. Just, the question is, are they going to be ready for it? Are they going to get what they want out of the business? And are they going to be able to go on to the next phase in life, whether that's, buying another company or retirement and enjoying their time after putting, the blood, sweat, and tears into their business for many, many years. And so we're here to kind of lead that process for them. And, we have a relationship with Scaling Up, which heard the name Vern Harnish and Scaling Up. They're a network of business coaches from across the world, and we're their preferred lower middle market M&A alliance. And so we're working with their business coaches to help their clients grow the business and value, and then also exit when that time is right. So they have a huge presence, Scaling Up does, in India with I think about 10 to 15 coaches in the country. And so we're looking to partner with some corporate finance firms in India, as well as, like I said, the other financial advisors, attorneys, accounting firms, so on and so forth, to service their clients, their business owner clients, help them with that eventual exit. We do valuations, so helping the business owner understand the value of their company is a really good first step to consider whether or not they're ready for a sale or if they're going to be, planning 5 years out, whatever the timeline might be. But that valuation and understanding the value of the business is a great first step in the process, and that something that our firms can do. So, with that being said, yeah, I'll leave it open to questions, comments, and appreciate the time, Doug.
Brilliant. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions or thoughts? I know, I think, Cesar, that might be you there. And so I made some notes of 4 people that came to mind based on what Nick talked about. And certainly the other referral partners might be interesting, but there's actually one person that probably needs to be done this week, given what you
Perfect.
guys do. Does anybody else have any comments or thoughts?
Even I think I have somebody in mind. Founder of TechWealth here in Mumbai, Ms. Suchitra Ambadekar. I think I should connect you to her because your work is quite in an alignment, and I think that would be a good connection for you. So I'll surely reach out to you for that.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Thank you. I know Kishore Shah, your work with entrepreneurs. One of the frustrations I think that all of us have with businesses is that usually this decision of being acquired often is people wait too long, sometimes way too long, like past life, and
Mhm.
we don't want that. We want people to take those actions earlier. So thank you, Nick, for all the work that you do. Kishore, any thoughts based on what you heard here?
Just I'm making some notes, okay? So I'll get back.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, thank you, Nick, for sharing. Great information, and we look forward to following up with you. What's next for you? What's coming up in the next few months for Cornerstone?
Yeah, we just added a couple of firms in Europe, one in the UK and one in Italy. So that was great, and we're just looking to continue to grow. M&A right now is an interesting time of year. We expected, 2026 to be a good year for exits for business owners, and we still think that's the case. But one thing that I do put out there is and I put the link in the chat is I do an M&A podcast, a weekly podcast that brings in experts in the industry to talk about all things M&A and ancillaries type of services. So it's called the M&A Mastermind Podcast. And definitely check it out. It's got a lot of great information. Bring on some amazing guests and who are very knowledgeable about all things related to the industry. So yeah, a lot of great things going on, looking to continue to grow. And yeah, check out that podcast.
Absolutely. It's a great podcast, great information. Do you have what's your footprint look like in the GCC countries? What have you got in Saudi Arabia and UAE?
We have nobody currently right now.
Wow.
So that's another market that we would love to get connections on. I think it's a missed opportunity for us right now, and I think it'll be a high, at the top of the list for our growth in 26 and 27.
Well, we've got a guy for you to speak with.
Right?
Definitely. So thank you very much. Before I think next I'd like to go to Kishore. So thank you, Kishore, for joining us today. RT, would you like to introduce Kishore before he shares a little bit?
Yes,
Yeah,
just a second.
yeah.
Just
First
trying
and
to share.
foremost, welcome Kishore. He is a
Yes.
trustee of GDP Foundations and a managing director of Ideas Limited. And he's doing amazing work where they are empowering the entrepreneurs and the underprivileged women empowerment work, what they are doing. So before I take too much of the time, I think Kishore should, start introducing and presenting. Thank you, Kishore.
Sure. Thank you so much,
Thank
Arti, and
you,
thanks to
Kishore.
everybody. Yes, can you see my screen?
We can. Are you able to show your camera so we can see you?
Okay, just a second.
And there is one person called Samsung in the audience, and so I'm guessing that's probably not your name. But if you want to change your name so we know who you are, that would be very helpful. Thanks everybody else for.
Yeah, can you see me now?
We can. That's much better. Thank you. Yeah. So you've got 5 to 10 minutes. Does that work?
Yeah. Yes, yes. Okay. You can see me and you can see the presentation also now.
It's perfect.
Okay. So my name is Kishore Shah, and basically I'm an electrical engineer, and then I did my master's. I worked in Wipro for almost 9 years. I was heading the vertical called Wipro Lighting. Then I moved to Secure Meters Limited, and then my last assignment was with CMS Computers as their director. So 2001, I moved to Goa. I was actually pulled in by late Manohar Parrikar, who was our defense minister, and he was the chief minister of Goa. And we were one 15-member team, who was looking after building the blueprint for Goa's development. So I was that way very fortunate to work with industry leaders. Almost 18 years, I worked as a talent analyst for Tata Motors. Last 4 or 5 years, when we started GDP Foundation, basically we are a applied social research aggregator trust. So we work on different social themes, and then we try to build a model. We convert it into a POC, and then we offer it to companies and government and policymakers. So I'll tell you the story of GDP School. How this entire model, which is now becoming very popular in India, it is a social aggregator model to build market for artist art and artifacts. We did a lot of work on a concept called self-help group. So self-help group is a group of 10 ladies, and government gives them some initial fund, and they try to use their traditional art like cooking, knitting, crochet, macrame, painting, and n number of things. But social help groups are mushroomed in India. Goa, for a small state, we have 4,000 self-help groups. So 4,000 means 4,000 into 10, 40,000 lady entrepreneurs or artists. Maharashtra has almost 6 lakhs. But these self-help groups have never been successful. So for 6 years, we did a longitudinal research to understand what are the failure patterns of self-help groups, in spite of having the skill and art, for which we got the state government award. Then we did a research on rural youth in Goa and why they are not in the mainstream. Goa is a small state, and the traditional cultures also keep them away from the mainstream of business. Another thing which is moving up in the world is aging. So aging is happening in almost all the countries. In Goa, we have 14.4% aging population. So the retired professionals, have nothing purposeful to do. So we did the first pilot project of connecting women entrepreneurs with college students and with retired professional, and it was a super success. This business has a turnover of 25 crores, almost 3 million US dollars. So we make handmade paper stars and we export to Europe. So the turnover in Indian currency is 25 crores with a EBIT of 45%. And this is done by four self-help groups, 40 ladies. So that is something which really struck us, and we said that how do we increase the purchasing power parity and the income of these ladies, which was initially inconsistent at 5,000 Indian rupees. We have brought it to 35,000 rupees per month. So as this pilot started successful, we created a model called social startup team. The social startup team has a youth, a self-help group, and retired professionals. So three generations coming together. Retired professionals bring a lot of expertise and experience. The self-help group already have skills, and the young students bring a lot of energy and innovation. This is the program we work. So what is the first thing we do is on a foundation, we secure demands. We don't scale out of context. So as of now, we have demands coming from corporate, but our next leap is look at export markets. And that's the reason, I'm looking forward to Global Chamber. Stage one, we do a lot of product packaging, people modifying them for export level, correct? So here, the understanding in India for product packaging, catalogs, manual, quality standards, they are not aware or they are not interested. But since we have already done export, we know at what standards we have to pitch. So this is the most difficult phase in our journey. In stage two, we make all these social entrepreneurs commercially strong. And stage three, we start building their capacity. So this is our incubation program. Right now, we have secured demands from a new airline, Fly 91, Putzmeister. This is a German company operating from Goa into concrete machines. Burkhardt Compression is a Swiss company operating from Pune. This is the transformation we did to the products. So we have practitioners. I will show you in the next slides how we work. 13 December 2025, we had the first convocation. We had all these ladies who did a ramp walk. So self-help group ladies also have another stigma. They don't have dignity. People think, okay, this is something they try to do in their free time. But today they are the new economic participants in the business domain. So we have four campuses. This is the industry get together we did for institutional orders. So we don't do retailing, we don't sell on Amazon. We are only focusing on niche segment, corporate events and exports. So export is one floodgate which we want to open from July. This was our convocation. Almost 17 social startups are earning or making a turnover of 1 crore a year. This we have achieved in 1.5 years. We opened the fourth campus in Panjim, the capital of Goa state, in a college called Dempe, where our entire focus from day one was that how do we build export-oriented products. We had a session from WTC also, and these are our catalogs. You can see the hard work. So right now what we are bringing in market are corporate hampers, and these hampers will have all handmade products like a tote bag. Kunbi is a Goan fabric, tile, macrame pen stand, Ganesh idol made out of shells, coasters. So this is one which we are developing now. The second one we are developing is a yoga hamper, because June will have an International Yoga Day. And the third hamper we are developing is pet lovers. Now this is the team I have. So I have Prasad Deshpande, who is a ad consultant. I have Dipakshi Mishra, who is product packaging expert. Sujoy is a tech evangelist. Kaushal works as technical operation consultant. We have a Power BI expert. We have a chartered accountant and legal professional. So to sum up the story, We are right now at a crossroad where we have 29 startups with us, and we are now ready for moving into the export stream. Goa being a very small state, we can't hit volumes. So we want to go into a value business, something a niche market or a blue ocean market. And that's where we are looking forward to in what way we can collaborate with each other. So right now I have 29 strong social startups working in different art artifacts. So that's where we are, though.
That sounds great. Does anybody have any questions? Fantastic progress that you've made. In hearing none. RT, what has been your interaction so far with on the export side and with the groups?
Actually, me and Kishore, we have had a very fruitful discussion online meeting. And as I am going to Goa in the second week of May, I am going to meet him personally. In terms of exports, I see a lot of potential. And I think because of the Export Facilitation Center, which we have launched, and with the other resources I have, I think the collaboration or the synergies between me and GDP Foundation, I mean, sorry, it's not me, it's about the Global Chamber Goa and GDP Foundation and also my organization, IDA. I see a lot of synergies we can explore and kind of create a framework where what is Mr. Shah looking at, I would be able to assist and bring some value addition to him, is what I have in mind. And that's what I'm going to pursue with him. That I hope Mr. Shah put it in the right way.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
At this stage, I think what I'll do is just open it up. We have about 10 minutes left. And I'll just open it up the floor to comments and anything that folks would like to share. We have some members in the room that haven't spoken yet. We also have some folks that are not yet members. And so introduce yourself in that context so that we know where you're coming from. I think, like Rose, I think I might have met you at the Global Chamber event that we did in Vancouver, right? Aren't you in Vancouver? I think. So I'd be interested to hear more about what your interaction is with India or your interest and others. Joe, similarly, I know we've connected over time, so I'd love to understand more. Donald, you actually have some activity going on that's coming up in with Indian companies coming into Phoenix, and I don't know how much you want to share on that, but definitely open to hearing more. And if you need some help, I'm sure those people in the room that would love to be able to help. Are you able to chat and say hi?
Yeah, I could chat real quick.
Great.
We do have a contact in India that working with, trying to partner with, and so forth. But we're basically doing our market entry of Indian companies that want to come to Arizona. We have 4 or 5 right now that are interested, so we are vetting them to make sure that they're set up to actually come and not just looking and so forth. We also have a deal going on in the GCC, so that's why I reached out to Lawrence because we'll need staffing for that because that deal just exploded into 4 locations. So we are moving, we are doing things, and we are also working and developing a partnership with a consultant that I've known for a while in Pakistan. So we're working all those regions right now. I did put a little thing in
And
there about who we are and so forth in the chat. So if anybody wanted to reach out to me, you can reach out to me that way, and we can have
Okay.
discussions.
RT, did you have a question?
no, I can't hear Donald properly. Missed out on his introduction, actually.
Okay. I think, Donald, could you let us know your company and what you're doing?
Yeah, hold on. Let me throw this on. I can mic up a little bit better.
That's much better.
Okay. We've discovered miking systems have been a little off lately. So I'm Donald Jacobson. I'm the CEO of Night Eagle Consulting Services. I started the company 6 years ago, and it started off as basically filling a niche for the mental health and substance abuse recovery center industry. We do work in all industries right now because All of our consultants have 20 plus years experience in IT, AI, medical, mental health. We have a couple of doctors on the staff. We have a couple of consultants that just came from McKinsey. And so we are developing internationally. So right now we are looking for companies that want to come to the US, and that's right now what we start a partnership with an Indian consultant, and we have four companies that are looking at coming to Arizona, part of our market entry. And we also have a deal right now that's transpiring in the GCC. That deal right now started off as two locations for medical rehab facility and has just exploded overnight into four locations now. So I reached out to Lawrence just now because those four facilities will need staffing. So we are doing those things right now. We're also in the process of partnering with a gentleman out of Pakistan too. And so we are covering all those regions. We have pretty much now boots on the ground in Dubai, boots on the ground in Spain, and then our partnerships that are developing around the world. So
Okay. Are you connected to Global Chamber Pakistan with Rabia Omar?
no, but I will if you can send me that information.
Okay.
So
She
uh,
she's out and about, and she definitely can help in
okay.
both the main cities. Based on that, RT, did you have any additional thoughts or questions?
I
Matt?
do. I can jump in here. My name is Michael Kurd. Not a member, but I'm appreciative of the organization and what you've been able to put together. I think it's timely with what our last presenter just mentioned. I'm in Arizona, and I'm the Sister Cities International country representative for India. And we're actually bringing a delegation to Arizona in September that consists of, right now, currently several mayors, one from Agra, one from Bareilly. We're looking and exploring to also bring some from other countries that have sister city relationships in the United States. And Donald, I'd love to connect with you and just see if we can help facilitate something. Also, my colleague Joe Forte is on this call as well, and he's also on the Sister Cities International Board of Directors. So this is an exciting group. You guys are doing great work, and we appreciate the invitation, and we look forward to reaching out, and maybe connecting offline.
Yeah, I just put my direct email in there. So if you guys want to just direct email me, that would be the best way to do it.
Appreciate it. Thank you so
Hmm.
much.
So, just as a strange quirk of coincidence, Joe McEwen, who is now the head of Sister Cities for Phoenix, was an intern at Global Chamber. Actually, he was an intern with another company of mine, and then I was forming Global Chamber. And just to right about that time, he was an intern for several months when we were out at SkySong. So
Wow.
he and I have chatted. We're a supporter of the Phoenix Global Forum, which is coming up on the 12th and 13th, and I will be there. And so if you're there,
Okay.
I'd love to connect up. Global Chamber is a supporter of that, and Phoenix has been a supporter of Global Chamber. We launched at City Hall with Mayor
Wow.
Stanton. Then he's been a strong supporter, and an even stronger supporter is Mayor Gallego. I I supported her. You know, we're not political at all, but I did have her and her opponent in her first mayoral election speak about global business in their first public conversation as they were running with each other. And she was so good, so smart. And I was thinking, wow, she is going to do something great for Phoenix on the global stage. And guess what? The largest foreign direct investment in U.S. history has happened because,
Right.
I think, because of Mayor Gallego. She is amazing. So
Well,
thank you. Thank you for joining.
yep.
Uh, so we just have a few more minutes. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to share? Thank you. That was a great share. Hi, Rose. How are you?
Hi, Doug. Very good. Thank you. And I just want to thank you for the invitation. Actually, my business partner, Arturo Zamaripa, we've been in actually partnership for over 10 years. So Arturo just invited me because I would just spend 5 months in India. last year. Just came back to Canada. As I introduced in my little brief there, that we're launching our distribution in India and pan India. So I traveled from Pune. I was in Pune as well. Um, Also, Hyderabad, Mumbai, of course, and on my way up to Gujarat, and so all the way to Punjab. So, like you said, Doug,
Amazing.
India is an amazing company, amazing country, and India and Africa most definitely is the next two largest economy that's rising, already rising. India now, I think, is the fourth largest economy in the world, and I think the whole world should focus on these two really dynamic and growing economies. So I'm so grateful to be here and connecting with all of you, and I hope that there's opportunities for collaboration as
Absolutely.
we launch our distribution, our products, and our technology, especially in the intelligent wellness space.
I forgot about Arturo's connection to you.
Yeah.
So hi, Arturo. He is based in Guanajuato and with his sister, Indira, our Global Chamber executive directors. Thank you, Arturo. Anything you'd like to share?
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize for my video because something is wrong with my computer and I cannot see. You cannot see me. But yes, I am in Central Mexico, in Guanajuato. I am open to connect with any of you. And yes, I thought about Rose. I mean, she's been a member of Global Chamber. I think this is a great opportunity for her to come back on board. And
Mhm.
I think we can connect with RT if that's okay with her. Maybe they can find some way to share and connect ideas. And anyone who's interested in Central Mexico, please reach out and I'll be able to or glad to help you if possible. Thank you, Doug.
Thank you. Rose, are you based in Vancouver?
No, I'm actually in Calgary.
In Calgary. Okay, so
Yeah.
we have a big event on June 8th for
I'm here.
Alberta.
Yes.
So Barbara McKenzie of Global Chamber, she's mainly in Edmonton, but she is in Calgary. And actually, just as a final comment, and we'll close the room. The world an amazing place, and RT, I'll come back. I just wanted to mention about sister cities. When I started Global Chamber, one of the first meetings I had was sister cities in Washington D.C. near the White House, and I've always believed that that was a great connection for us, and we probably haven't leveraged it as much as we should. However, one of the first chapters we formed was Calgary because I happened to be part of the first trade mission to the Phoenix and then the first trade mission from Phoenix to Calgary as part of Phoenix Sister Cities. And then Hermosillo was,
Yeah.
I think, our eighth chapter because, again, of Sister Cities and the activity that Phoenix has with Hermosillo. And I got to actually go to Hermosillo launch
Me too.
and the Sister Cities folks on both sides were part of that for Global Chamber. So a lot of history there. So thank you for sharing and thank you for being part of Global Chamber and look forward to the next steps.
Thank you, Doug. If you could share with me the event, the next event in Alberta, even if it's in Edmonton, I would love to go. And I will be here June 8th.
Okay, we'll connect you to Barbara, and it is June 8th, and it's mostly virtual, so that's the good news.
Oh, okay.
Good on that. And
Okay.
just before we end, I'll come to RT, but I also want to make everybody aware that tomorrow is a big kickoff for Global Chamber, kind of our next phase. It's World Trade Month in the United States, and we actually have World Trade Months for the next 8 months. The first one is in North America, so we have special programming for Canada, Mexico, and the US, culminating on May 28th with our board chair, Dr. Sanjeev Kagram, who has been Dean of Thunderbird School of Global Management, kind of an iconic business school around the world, but based in Phoenix. He left Thunderbird, and one of the things he strongly expressed is, I want to help Global Chamber. I believe in Global Chamber and what we should do. And so he is our board chair. He'll be the speaker, main speaker on May 28th in a very special 2-hour Global Chamber program on the 28th. RT, let's finish up with you. What would you like to share?
Before I finish, Jack, I think Kishore wanted to say something to Rose.
Yes, yes. Just I have a point. Though we are getting a lot of inquiries to set up campuses because each campus becomes a social enterprise aggregator. So through you and through all the partners who are part of this and they have their own network, we are also looking for investment partners. Who because this business has definitely very high margin and EBITDA. But without investment partner, when I say investment partner, in two ways, not only funding but those who can give us secure demands, then we can go full scale in setting up campuses.
Okay.
So Goa
Well,
itself will have 29 campuses in next 1 year, and then we
let
move
let
to other states.
let's talk about how best to structure that. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
yes.
Fascinating, great progress, and love the export focus. It makes it really a great fit for us. RT, was that what you wanted to close with?
Yes. Well, it was amazing to hear from everybody here today. And Andre, I'm coming to Pune next week, so I don't know when you're going to get back from Moscow, but we need to connect because we have been
Great,
talking and
great. Arti,
networking.
I have Javid here on board. We didn't have time for him to speak,
Yes,
but
yes,
he was about
yeah,
to speak the defense outsourcing and necessary connects. I think it can be done. No
sure.
worries.
Yeah. Hello, Javed. I think we have
Hello.
been
Hello. How are
talking now
you?
too long.
How are you, Arti? How's everyone?
Hey, we do need to end. I have an emergency on my side that I need to end the call. So thank you, and let's catch up, Mr. Samsung. Thank
Thanks
you for
for
joining. And maybe let's circle back, Andre, so that we all are connected and understand what that opportunity is. Okay.
I'll be in the loop. Yeah.
Beautiful.
yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Thanks,
everyone.
everybody. We
Thank
actually have several meetings today at Global Chamber scheduled, and then that one that I mentioned tomorrow. Same time, 23 and a half hours from now is our World Trade Month kickoff. And we have, I think, 8 speakers that are for 1 hour speaking tomorrow. And that'll be kicking off the month of lots and lots of activities, including the Phoenix, speaking of Phoenix, a conversation with the District Export Council, Carol Colombo, on USMCA, and that's an actual a US-wide New York, Phoenix, Los Angeles, Chicago, and Dallas conversation about what USMCA will happen, what will happen with it on July 1st, how we should prepare, if there's anything that we can do about it. Part 2 of our conversation there is on the 21st of May. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Andre.
you.
Thanks, RT.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.